Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. We've almost made it through this first week of me being unemployed and trying to be a business owner and resell stuff online. So I am a little disappointed this morning. I didn't get any orders yesterday, and I didn't have any orders overnight, early this morning. A lot of orders come in like late at night. Do you guys experience that too? Because I sure do. I get those middle of the night offers or orders. Nothing today. To be honest, I've sold my good stuff. I have a few things in my listings that are good things, and I'm just waiting for the right buyer, I think, to come along. But yeah, a little disappointing. The last couple of days I've had not a huge volume, but they were all good sales and kind of got me to where I need to be baseline kind of every single day. If I make those kinds of sales, then I can at least cover my bills, which is fantastic. But then when you have a day like this, yesterday, technically a day where I have nothing to pack and ship, that means that I'm not meeting the minimums. So I definitely have to increase the sales. Then I mentioned yesterday I'd seen a church sale listed a couple of days ago, like early in the week, and then the listing was taken down. But since I didn't have anything to pack this morning, I thought, well, I'll just drive over to that church and see if they're having it anyway. And just, I'm not finding, like, maybe they took that listing down and put up a different one and I'm missing it. But no, there was nothing going on at that place today, this morning. It did give me an excuse to visit a really nice coffee shop that I like, and it's kind of far over on the other side of town. I don't get to come over here very often, and gave me an excuse to do that. It is delicious. So we've got pistachio orange latte today. I think it's a seasonal, they do seasonal flavors, and this is really tasty. They have great coffee. So that gave me an excuse to come over here. It was a little bit crowded in the coffee shop, which is fantastic, that it's busy, but also is like, well, I guess I'll go sit in the car for a little bit and, chat to you all. This seems the perfect time to do that. Let me put the coffee down. I don't want to spill it on myself. I am a well-known klutz to drop things all the time and trip and fall. So let's try not to pour coffee all over myself. So yeah, where was I? No sales to pack, no church sale to go to. So what do I do on a day like this? I mean, we've talked about the fact that I work 7 days a week. I was when I was working full time and doing this as my side hustle. And now I definitely have to work 7 days a week because Saturday is like generally the busiest day. It's pretty exhausting because we spend all morning at the yard sales. And then, especially in the summer, it gets hot really fast here in Florida. So usually it really takes it out of me, and there's not much I can do for the hotter part of the day, yard sale wise. So, but even now it can take it out of me quite a bit. And then at least now with I'm being full time, I can wait on my packing and shipping that I used to do on Saturdays after yard sales, or that I used to do on Sundays. I can wait until Monday, the next business day. I would currently like to get things shipped out as quickly as possible, so I might still do shipping on a Saturday when I can drop it off at the post office and know it'll get out quickly. So I might still do that for now because I'm building the business. We'll have to see, but in the future I can take it a little more easy on the Saturday afternoon after just searching for inventory. But yeah, what do I do on a Friday where there's no sales to go to, no orders? Hopefully there'll be orders on Fridays to pack every time, so this won't be an issue. But I figured today I might go check out a thrift store. I'm gonna go to the public library right now because I have some books to pick up and some books to return. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to meet a friend of mine for lunch, which is another fantastic side benefit of having a more flexible schedule, is that we were able to find a time that we could both meet. I haven't seen her in a while, and I'm excited to get to catch up with her. So all in all, a pretty good day. Just a little nerve-wracking sometimes when you're not getting sales, and I definitely need more sales. But that is why I have savings. So if you're gonna do this, I'm not ever gonna give you advice. I might say like, you should do this or you should do that. And honestly, you can just like disregard anything I ever say, because everyone's different and everyone's personal situation is different. But I think it's generally agreed upon, right? And you can give me your opinion in the comments. It's generally agreed upon that you should build up your reselling, or any business you have, but we're talking about, this is our business, reselling. You should build it up before you quit your job. You should have all the inventory. You should actually, not just the inventory, but you should have the sales rate where you're selling like at least what will replace your income when you leave. And I absolutely tried to do close to that last year. So when I started my challenge and said I had this $50 and I'm going to get it to 5,000 by the end of the year, because I also looked at that and said, well, then I'll have 5,000 in savings that'll be like for the business and to keep it going, because I knew I wanted to do this eventually. So like the planning ahead is important, right? And I said, I also, to get to that 5,000, I will need to build the inventory, the cash flow, the sales rate. I'm gonna have to build all of that. And I need to build that to get to the 5,000 and eventually be full time. And what happened is kind of what I predicted in myself, because it's hard to do it. I know some people can, because they're like work nonstop and they go to their job, and then in the evenings they do all their work, and then the whole weekend they're sourcing or whatever they're doing to make it work, and they get that their reselling going to be where it's like a whole second job. And that's fantastic. I didn't think that was ever going to happen, but I at least tried to say, well, if it, like sell like 2 items, 3 items a day, I source enough at yard sales. I can source enough at yard sales to sell 2 or 3 items a day. If I sell those and I start working on getting the best stuff possible, which I have improved on, like getting things that are desirable, but also things that go for like 30, 40, 50 bucks. When I first started, it was like, I could get $5 for something. If I sold something for 50 bucks, it was like a shock. It was, how did I even find that? So now I can consistently find those things. I can spot those things better. So I did improve on that, but like at one point in like the summer, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm selling, I'm listing every day in the evenings when I get home from work, and I'm selling multiple items a day, and I'm bringing in good money. And then I just kind of pooped out. I hit like a weekend where I didn't feel well, or I needed a day off, and I didn't want to go to the yard sales because I've been working all week. It was probably a stressful week at work, and I just pooped out, and I lost that momentum. So I was never able to do that. But what I did is I still tried to save a little bit of money every week. And I eventually did get to, I talked about it at the end of the year, where I had that $2,000, just over $2,000 that I had profited off of that 50 that I initially invested. Plus I got lots of free stuff over that year. I really leaned into the just grabbing tons of, like I grabbed a whole box of free textbooks at a yard sale, actually, that I bought more stuff from them, and it was all really good stuff. It was a fantastic yard sale. I still remember it, but I grabbed this box of free textbooks, and I ended up making like $150 off of just a few textbooks out of it. It was only a few of them that were really worth selling. The rest I was able to get rid of. But I made a bunch of money off free stuff, and so it was like learning and actually making money that I could then save to eventually do this. So my route has been more of I have money saved. that will get me through these first couple of months. I have the money for the business, so I am not selling a ton of stuff every week. I'm not getting to where I need to be, but I do have that money that I've set aside that I can go buy more stuff. Now, I'm not finding a ton of stuff to buy either. I spent $5 yesterday. I would have spent $100 if I could have found $100 worth of inventory, and I would have gone right back to the warehouse, or I could have gone to the warehouse today and I could have listed it all, and like that would have been great. But I didn't find that. So maybe tomorrow I'll find $100 worth of stuff at yard sales. We can live in hope, because that would be fantastic. And then I can list it right away and we will see improvement and we'll see growth. But that's at least my method, and I don't recommend any of this. I don't recommend quitting your job unless you have a great system in place where you're already selling stuff, or you've saved, maybe you have a little bit of business going and then you have saved up a bunch of money, or maybe you inherited a bunch of money, or you won the lottery and you're like, oh, now I can afford to leave my job because I have some of the business going, but I also just won the Mega Millions or whatever you won, and you can do that. So this is not a great idea, but I did it because I was going to leave the job. So whether I left the job to go do another job or do this, it's what was going to happen anyway. So I just decided not to find another job at this point. I will also say I am looking for part-time work, because I think that will help me feel better, and I like having somewhere that I do work for, keep up some skills that I can continue to use and like have on a resume and fall back on. I like to have multiple backup plans. So ideally it would be something I can do from home and is flexible so that I can focus on the business. But if it's something where I have to go to work a few hours a week, that'd be fine too. I would really like to find something like that, but I wasn't successful in finding that before I took the job that I've just been at. I was looking for something similar before, remote or part-time with some flexibility, and I just could never find that, so I took a full-time job. I am looking for that too, but the main focus right now is to build up this business. And wow, that was quite a ramble about what was on my mind this morning, and I hope that was interesting to you. I just want to say thank you for everyone's kind comments, and thank you for the comments that also say I've made a terrible decision, because I agree with you. This is a terrible idea, and as I've said, this is not something to do. This is just not something to do. Like, if you have a secure job and you can't handle it, I do not recommend this. So yes, it's a terrible idea. But I've done it, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to move forward and succeed, or follow one of the backup plans. But yeah, I appreciate all the comments. You guys are great, and sharing your own reselling stories. It's nice when you work by yourself. It's nice to chat with some people about similar interests. I do work with my boyfriend. He is a full-time reseller. He's been a full-time reseller for a number of years, and part-time for a long time before that. So we go sourcing together a lot, and we have the warehouse that is his, that he is letting me take over part of to grow my business. So we do sort of work together, and you will see him quite a bit. I'll make him be on camera more, because he's funny and delightful. But we also have he has different responsibilities, and he has a different model. Like, he works differently and sources differently sometimes. So we also work very separately in many ways. But it's great to have him as a resource. That helps too, with having him to work with a lot of the time, and also to talk through ideas. I don't think I could do this without his support and his help. So it's nice to have him around, but it's also nice to chat with other people. And I meet people out and when I'm sourcing too. We know people that we see at those places, but it's nice to chat with all of you and see how you're doing with your reselling and get your thoughts and feedback on what I'm doing. So I think the library will open soon. I can head over there and I can finish my coffee, and then I'll go meet my friend for lunch. It sounds like a good day to me. I'll take it easy today. I'm sure I'll find some way to do something for the business, because I want to get it going and be successful. So I'll figure some things out to work on, and then I'll rest up for tomorrow's Epic Yard Sale day. And then I can tell you tomorrow the awesome news and show you the huge pile of stuff that I buy tomorrow, I'm sure, and we'll have to work on as we get into the second week of this incredible situation I've put myself in. But thank you for sitting here. If you've made it to the end, thanks. And why are you still putting up with me? But thanks for watching, and I hope you're doing well today and that you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next time.